Hey guys, today is Friday, December the 23rd of 2022. What an interesting chart. Just wanted to do a quick update on Nifty 50 and just wanted to break it down in sections. I want to show you some things. First we'll start off, I kind of organized it too. So I got all this in sections. Let's see, where do I start? Let's see. Let's go with Elliott Wave. So in regards to Elliott Wave, this could be a possible wave 5. Just mute that. In regards to cycles, I changed my weekly to a blue, daily into like a yellow. It's like a pop. And what I've noticed that the weekly has been shifting back. I remember having it somewhere around here. And unfortunately, I only have data on the program to like 2008. It doesn't go further back. I might have to upload more data, at least go to 2000, and just kind of get a better weekly cycle, or if not a better weekly cycle, to make sure that this is still the big strong cycle on the weekly, going even back to like data to 2000. So I gotta do some research on that. But as of now, this is the data. And this is what it's showing, that this is the weekly cycle. I believe is 191. Yeah. And the daily cycle peaks somewhere around January 4th. This is kind of shifting a little forward. There's a dynamic. So there's a couple of things you want to keep in mind. First, that the daily cycle is topping out in January 4th right now, somewhere around there. First week, pretty much. Let's mute that. Regards to trend lines, I got them all in categories. Trend lines. So a couple of important trend lines. This big, thick green one, very important. And then there's like a little mini fractal one that was kind of holding this move. Right now, price action has broken and is below that trend line. So very important. Very important. I have this trend line from when we made that high up in October. It hit here, broke above it, below it, broke above it, below it, broke above it. And now if it's going to come down, this could probably be support if it ever gets down there. So you want to always keep these old trend lines, because sometimes they are very useful in the future. And now you have to create a new one, because now this is the high, the wave 5. This is the new high. And if we're going to bounce and we're going to try to retest this high again, like we try to do here and fail, this is where the squaring the range, where we had the 1/8 battling. So the 1/4 is probably coming up. Or if it's, I haven't looked at the chart, so I don't know, but it's probably going to be coming up. So let's get these trend lines. Mind you, I'm a little stuffy this morning. We got hit with a snowstorm in Nashville, Tennessee. So things are a little crystal white. Supply and demand zone. Very important to have in your chart. That way you know it's not even about level, it's about a big zone that it could just fluctuate. But it kind of tells you this is where the sellers are all hanging out. This is where the bears live. And then on here, this is where all the bulls live. You can see that right now we just broke out of the supply zone, showing sign of weakness. The bears are slowly taking control. Let's take that out. So we cover supply, demand zone. We cover our trend lines. We got our cycles. We got Elliott wave. And we got our Fibonacci. There's a couple of things you could do. in regards to Fibonacci, I was just updating this, but I said, let me just do the video. You could, do couple. You could do like, I mean, this is going to be big. You see that it found support here. Since you have a new high, you could probably keep one here. And, it's not going to change by much. You see that this is still this area right here. Let's see. So your demand zone will cover this whole area right here. You could bring that one all the way over here. And maybe have two Fibonacci levels. One like here, because you can see that we're at support right here. Another thing also is that this is now the battle zone. So this is the big picture, this whole chart right here. But when you want to focus into the battle zone, this is where the battle zone is right here. So this is the battle zone. So you could have a Fibonacci here. And then you could have a Fibonacci. Where is my Fibonacci? Let's meet this one. Does it throw me off? There you go. So you could have this one there. You can lock it. So this is the new pattern that's playing out. Now we kind of failed from going higher. And if it's going to keep dropping, you want to see how low. And you can see some levels here. But let's group that over here. And let's meet that. And let's open this one. Yeah. So you know what? You could probably just delete that. You could probably just keep one, just to be simple. This would be the important one for now, because you want to see how low it's going to fall. Because this is the battle zone. Let's see. I don't want to make this video too long. A couple of things I want to show you here. Super trend. We just got a sell signal on the daily chart. Right here on the 16th. So far, you followed that signal or went short. It's paying off. It's still positive on the weekly, so yeah, it's going to take a while. See? It's going to take a while for it to sell off on the weekly. You got to take out 1724 to go short on the weekly. But on the daily, it's already negative. So short term, there is short weakness here, which does not surprise me. But we're focusing on the battle zone. This is the battle zone right here. Let's take that off. Another thing you want to look at, let's look at volume. The last couple of days, the volume wasn't really strong, but you see that you got 3 here. So that's selling pressure. Not strong selling pressure like here. And like here, this was pretty strong, but this is pretty weak, if you ask me. But it did sell off. So I don't know. MACD had a crossover around the December 7th of negative. And that's somewhere, this is when we were battling the 1/8 on the squaring the range. And then it bounced up, it did a head fake, got a bear kicker candle, and then it just kept going back. Just take that off. And then lastly, let's start with this. From this high to this low, It's 241 days. And then from this low to this high, there was 167 days. From this high to this high, December 1st, there was 408 days. If you are a Gannist, when I mean Gannist, that you study Gann's theory, Gann's work, you read all his courses, you try to apply all his techniques. If you look at these numbers, there's a pattern. I'm not going to reveal it to you because sometimes you have to work for the answer. And it took me years to figure this stuff out. But now I see it clearly. There is a pattern here. And if you could decipher that, you're getting close to Gann's nuggets. So I'll just leave it at that. There is a pattern there. So let's take that off. So looking at everything, once you put, all the stuff all together, broken in departments, cycles, impulse wave, Fibonacci. See, now it gets a little messy, but once you see it, separate, and when you see it all together, you kind of get an idea. So the weekly cycles, you see, are down. The daily cycle is about to top. We just did a wave 4, and this could be a possible wave 5. You got a trend line, a couple that are broke here. And in regards to Fibonacci, you crack the 238, and you're probably going to go and test that 382, which kind of lines up right here with this, you call it, trend line. Right there. And MACDs are negative. This is the daily. Look at the weekly. Yeah, same thing. Only thing is that you haven't taken out the weekly sell signal. But look at the MACD. It's about to go negative. And you've had 3 negative volume bars. And look at that weekly candle. So a lot of things to digest. And you're out of the zone. Everything is starting to reveal itself. If the bulls have it and they still control, then they will hold this trend line and they will slowly drift back up. But you're going to be drifting back up against a lot of stuff. Daily cycles now pointing down in sync with the weekly. And you got this trend line. And seasonality shows that January is very weak. So what does it tell you? You don't want to go long, Nifty 50 anytime soon. You rather wait to, things settle out and see where it wants to go. So those are my thoughts. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the Nifty 50.